Right now, on To the Point. From a groundbreaking trial to a real-life miracle.
When he walked, it was one of the happiest days ever.
A high school principal going above and beyond.
I want to make a difference, and I want to make an impact.
A band empowering its members.
Someone has a bad day and everyone helps them get back on track.
The family creating books, fostering growth.
Giving each other the space to be creative, the space to share your words.
And the egg business helping children in need. We bring you our champions of hope. Thank you for joining us. I'm Alex Bell, and each week on To the Point on ABC10, we feature people in our community spreading kindness and making a difference. So for the next half hour, we're going to bring you some of those stories. First up, after doctors told a Northern California family that their unborn baby had one of the most severe forms of spina bifida, what followed was a groundbreaking procedure before birth, and now it's inspiring families and researchers. And our champions of hope, we introduced you to Nixon.
Want to show them how fast you can go?
Sometimes miracles are the simple things.
You want to keep going?
Like riding a bike.
That's awesome.
Or taking little steps up.
Hold on to the side.
To go down a big slide.
Nice.
For Nixon Metcalf, hope and science turned walking into a reality. Something Nixon's mom, Lindsay, calls a miracle.
So we got a phone call that my blood work had come back elevated. So we scheduled an ultrasound, and that's where we found out that Nixon had spina bifida. Is at the ultrasound.
See, Nixon was diagnosed with one of the most severe types of spina bifida, a condition that happens early in pregnancy when the spine doesn't close the way it should, leaving part of the spinal cord exposed. Lindsay remembers the fear and the shock.
And had a doctor come in and list all the worst things that you can imagine. So paralysis, brain abnormalities. It was definitely the hardest day in the whole journey was diagnosis day.
Spina bifida can affect brain development, bladder and bowel control, and make walking impossible without support.
They tell you all of these things, and in the same breath, they ask you if you want to continue your pregnancy. And you're in a very vulnerable state, and your mind goes all places, right? Like, how is this going to affect me? How is this going to affect my other kids? Can I do this?
Lindsay and her husband didn't stop searching for hope. They discovered a landmark trial in Northern California, the CURE trial, the world's first spina bifida treatment combining fetal surgery with stem cells. The groundbreaking trial at UC Davis Medical Center is the culmination of decades of research into healing spina bifida before a child is born to prevent damage rather than manage it after birth. Doctors like Diana Farmer, a pioneer in fetal surgery, use stem cells to essentially give the developing spinal cord a chance to heal while it's still growing.
So the living stem cells that we give to these patients, put right on top of the spinal cord, that developing spinal cord, secretes nerve growth factors and other things that help repair the nerve, prevent further inflammation, so help prevent further damage, repair some of that, and help with blood growth in that area.
It was a big surgery for Lindsay and Nixon, but weeks later, when Nixon was born,
it was like I was watching a real life miracle. He came out wiggling his toes.
Hello. Hello, my boy.
Then came the milestones that felt like miracles.
When he walked, it was one of the happiest days ever.
Lindsay and her family say they are deeply grateful to Dr. Farmer.
I would tell her thank you for caring. Spina bifida wasn't ever on my radar, and I'm just so thankful that 20 years ago it was on hers, and that she was doing all that work to make a difference in my child's life. Nixon's actually named after her. His middle name, Lee, is named after Dr. Farmer. So she has a special place in our hearts and in our family.
Mommy.
What?
Mom.
What? Oh, he's going to take a picture. Can you say cheese?
Dr. Farmer says the work doesn't stop with Nixon. It's about advancing care for all children with spina bifida.
Well, that's certainly our hope. But to be honest, I think even if this becomes the new standard of care, hopefully there will be someone who then comes up with an even better standard of care. And that's how science works.
Nixon's journey reminding us miracles can be the simple things, like riding a bike or taking small steps. Because sometimes a little hope and science becomes a force. It can drive families forward and inspire science to keep pushing boundaries.
For Nixon, I know that his future is bright. I have no doubt that he will accomplish anything that he sets his mind to.
And a huge thank you to Nixon and, of course, Lindsay and her family for sharing their story. And if you are interested in this trial, it is ongoing. You can apply. All you have to do is just look for this story on our website over at abc10.com/champions of hope. Now, when it comes to music, it can be more than just notes and rhythm. It can actually be transformative. In this Champions of Hope, we join a band practice where music is helping people find their voices, build confidence, and share joy. The Early Birds Band
I'm begging of you, please don't take my
has been playing in Sacramento going on 20 years.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun for me because I get to be social, and I'm a very social butterfly. And I get to learn my favorite instrument, which is the guitar.
Emily Lucero has been a member for about 3 years now. We got the chance to crash a band practice and listen to them play some of their favorite songs, like
A lot of people don't really see, unless they play an instrument, that there's a lot of physical, there's a lot of coordination, there's a lot of memory, there's a lot of timing and pitch, and some of those things are really hard to comprehend. There's like so many layers to that already. For someone who has no developmental disabilities.
Dakota Medina, the band's music instructor, says in this studio, every practice is about more than hitting the right notes.
I'm so proud of everyone in here for trying so hard.
The Early Birds music program operates through Southside Unlimited, a nonprofit that emphasizes individual empowerment. The band practices twice a week. Many of the students we met during practice were still auditioning to join the band.
They have to learn 3 songs, and they have to be able to play them along with a metronome or drum to show that they can play on rhythm. They have to be able to play the notes correctly.
Other qualities they're looking for: good stage presence, keeping rhythm, and being responsible. Important qualities for when they take their show on the road. Annie, a member for 16 years, told us,
in the band we perform at like different menu, like restaurant, and library, and state capitol.
With the Early Birds, they run their band. They set up their gear at their shows. They're their own roadies. They have lots of responsibilities like managing their finances. I might help them learn the notes, but it's all their show.
Teacher is absolutely phenomenal. I feel like he has taught me so many chords, and it is so cool. He said I was lightning fast at it, and that really boosted my confidence up.
And while the students are learning rhythm, chords, and notes, Dakota says he's learning something too.
I feel like working this job has helped me to understand communication on a different level. Just understanding humans better. It's always like a lie how much comprehension there is. You know, so everybody, you know, fakes how much they understand. So I'm able to use certain techniques to understand how much I've gotten through and how much people have gotten through to me, and just communication is better for everybody. Slow down a little bit and then it goes up on the melody. And everyone in this room seriously impresses me every day. Sometimes, you know, someone has a bad day and everyone helps them get back on track. Like this space and this studio, there's so much respect here.
It's a space built on patience, respect, and encouragement. The result is more than performance, it's community. Needless to say, we had a really good time jamming out with them. And if you do want to find more on the Early Birds Band, just search for them on social media at the Early Birds Band. And of course, if you have a Champions of Hope that you would like to share, please reach out to me and the team. You can always email us at to-the-point-ott-kxtv.com. Next, in our Champions of Hope, meet the high school principal in Roseville going above and beyond spreading positivity, and how family adventures turned into a book series to help other families grow. Welcome back to our Champions of Hope. Each week on To The Point on ABC10, we feature people in our community spreading kindness and also making a difference. For the next half hour, we are bringing you just some of those stories, like a family who is turning everyday adventures into stories that inspire people. Here's children's book creators Isaiah, Ivana, and energetic Mila.
Mila's trip.
2-year-old Mila doesn't sit still for long.
You not paying attention right now? What's up, my princess?
It was nearly impossible to keep her in one place for this interview.
I'll let you down.
But that same energy has sparked a remarkable journey for her family.
Can I read this story to you?
Starting with a trip to Disneyland.
And we were having a difficult time, as new parents do when they take a baby to Disneyland. And we were like, oh, this is such an experience. We need to document this somehow. And I was like, yeah, we probably should just make a book about it. And he was like, yes.
And that first book, called Trip to the Magical Land, Mom and Dad wanted
To make sure Mila sees herself in the books that we create. And that's what inspired this whole journey.
the book capturing the real moments on their adventure.
As we got off the shuttle, Mommy and Daddy grabbed my hand. We walked 50 steps and made it to the magical land.
Together, Isaiah and Ivana began writing and drawing more of Mila's adventures, creating a series of children's books where Mila is the story.
I just write the words and Ivana makes the story pop with the amazing illustrations.
Yes, I want them to immerse themselves in each element of every single page.
From trips to the aquarium to Mila's first cruise, each book captures a family adventure they hope inspires other families. They now have 8 books, and in each one,
her favorite movie is Finding Dory.
Readers can find little Easter eggs like the ones hidden in Amazing Aquarium.
We added little bits and pieces of Finding Dory, and it makes the story real and authentic so that we know, like, this is for you, baby girl.
They say the journey has brought them closer too, connecting as parents, partners, and now storytellers.
Loving with each other, collaborating with each other, supporting each other, and just giving each other the space to be creative, the space to share your words and showcase. You started throwing off my little baby. She's living her best life. Yes, she is. Yeah, so it is. Working together in business has just helped us grow just in our own personal relationship. Because if you can work together in business, then you can do anything.
As we got off the shuttle, Mommy and Daddy grabbed my hand.
What began as story time at home became Barnes & Noble book signings. Isaiah and Ivana say the added bonus is inspiring kids and families to keep the love of reading alive.
Reading is essential. Reading is very important. Reading is your superpower. The more you read, the stronger your brain gets. Oh, I love you so much. The importance of reading to your children. My mom passed it down to me, and I want to pass it down to Mila.
Isaiah, Ivana, and energetic Mila turning everyday adventures into lasting stories, sparking a remarkable journey of family and togetherness. And we do have a link to Mila's Storybook Corner on abc10.com/Champions of Hope. Coming up right after the break, our next Champions of Hope takes us out to Roseville, where a high school principal is spreading positivity on campus and online. Welcome back to our Champions of Hope. Next up, we are introducing you to Roseville High School's principal, who is not only shaping a campus, but also the people inside of it.
So we have a greenhouse on our campus.
Principal Ashley Sarin.
So this is flag football for elementary school.
Is no stranger to social media.
The kids are making fresh squeezed lemonade. Best lemonade I'd ever had in my life.
Amazing our youth are. We have students on this campus.
But behind her social media is something deeper.
Dude, I love our school. I love my job. My kids are amazing.
It's really easy to love your job when you work somewhere that's as fantastic as Roseville High School is.
Do you see them? They're all like avoiding me now.
Being a principal isn't just her job.
What's up, Peter?
It's her calling.
What's really incredible is I came in as a new person. A lot of people that come to Roseville are generational. They've been here, 25 years working at Roseville High.
We found some of those tenured teachers who have been at the school over 25 years.
Principal Sarin has amazing energy. That's the first thing I think most everybody recognizes about her.
Who told us Principal Sarin has made campus a place where staff feel
we really lift each other up. And so having that support from your principal, as if they are a family member and that they really care for you as a human being, before the teaching and everything.
Her social media showing what's happening in the hallways of Roseville High School.
And yet I hear this narrative out there that Gen Z is whatever negative thing you want to say. I want them to know that they're supported, and I want other people to understand how amazing this generation is.
Her students have also seen the videos, but we asked what their principal is really like offline.
She's always rocking those bell bottoms, man.
She always
rocking those bell bottoms.
Her hair is like, it's styled, but it's still healthy. Like, it's styled every day, but it still looks
But more than her hair and bell bottoms, these seniors told us.
She's supportive of everybody, no matter who they are, as someone who's so busy and so involved that she truly does make time for her students.
Something that I've learned from her is that as much as this school, like book smart and how learning things in school is important, at the end of the day, who you are as a person, and that's what matters. She's honestly making peacemakers, she's making loving people, and that's way farther than any sort of schooling can take you.
As a former teacher, Principal Sarin says it's important that she never loses that connection with students, even recalling how a few wrote her a letter.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry. Hold on, I don't want to cry.
Sharing the impact that she's had on them.
And I'm still able to make that positive impact on the people that matter the most is our students here on campus.
Why did that make you emotional?
Because that's why I do what I do. I want to make a difference, and I want to make an impact, and I want to be positive. And so it was almost like look, it's working. Like, you are, you know? So
making a difference in someone's life is a gift many of us hope to give one day, just like Principal Sarin.
And I think everything she touches, I am going to get emotional, is helping us thrive. And education is such a challenging profession right now. It has been for years.
What makes you emotional about that?
Because we have such a hard job, and knowing that you have somebody that has your back, these are positive tears because there's just a lot of hard days.
And I appreciate everything she has done for me and my family. I had gone through some health issues, and she was right there. What do you need?
Because she's truly a change maker, and not because of policy, but because of who she is and what she does.
Who's winning? I want to try.
She tries everything, and it inspires students and other people to do that too.
Yes!
Miss Sarin, don't change a thing.
Thank you.
Having a leader like that, like Mrs. Sarin, it changes not only how you view school, but who you are as a person. Your personality is genuinely so beautiful, and we can't thank you enough.
And of course, we had a lot of laughs, but as you saw, a lot of happy tears. And isn't that what it's all really about, is meeting people that inspire you? Just thank you so much, Principal Sarin, for giving us the time. We appreciate being able to share your story and the impact that you're making. All right, coming up right after the break, the family eggery helping children in need. Our next champion of hope is a Sacramento family farm using some of their own profits to help children in need. Dwayne and Edison's eggery began with just a handful of hens in a backyard. They've since founded Neighbor's Nest, a community program to give shelf-stable foods to their families. They say about 20% of their own profits goes into Neighbor's Nest program to donate things like peanut butter, granola bars, fruits, snacks, and pretzels.
And really make a difference, or how something you love, help when you come home after a bad day or something like that, just doing what feels right. You know, the world has changed so much, and it can be easy for people to forget. At the end of the day, we're all just a community, so we're just doing it for the children in our community.
And they focus on items that don't require refrigeration and are easily stored, and it can be distributed. We do have more information on abc10.com/champions of hope. Now, after a pregnant runner was hit by a car, a team of doctors and nurses rushed to treat her and save her baby. Here's ABC10's Becca Habegger with the story.
I've been running, I think, 16 years or so.
Nicole Clancy isn't your average casual runner. Just ask her proud husband, Kevin.
Haley, I'll say it because Nicole's not going to say it. She's an Olympic trials qualifier in the marathon. She's won Run to Feed the Hungry 2 years.
She won the 5K in 2023 and 10K in 2024. In 2025, the couple was expecting their first child, and even then,
She was 6 months pregnant out, like running 40 miles a week.
on one run last July, Nicole got hit by a car.
I mean, I don't remember like the impact or any of that. So, I mean, I remember waking up in the ambulance and then thinking I thought I'd overslept or something.
A team of doctors and nurses at UC Davis Medical Center treated Nicole and saved her baby, who wasn't due for about another 3 months.
She seemed to not be terribly injured, but her baby was in real distress.
Dr. Jonathan Kohler is a professor of surgery and pediatric trauma medical director at UC Davis Health. He and his colleagues successfully saved baby Mackenzie.
So when Mackenzie was born, she was certainly not a full-term baby, but by our standards, she was actually sort of a giant.
Mackenzie overcame multiple medical issues and returned home nearly 2 months later, perfectly healthy.
Which is really cool to see.
Oh, Kenzie.
Now 7 months old, she is already running in her mom's footsteps. The family participated together in 2025's Run to Feed the Hungry. And Nicole, she recovered from her injuries and placed third in the 5K.
People say don't take things for granted, and I feel like you never really think about it until it happens.
Good to see her back out there running. All right, before we go, we do want to introduce you to Jessica Gonzalez as our last champion of hope in this half-hour special. She was born blind, and she also had her ups and downs through foster care, but she refused to let that define her. Instead, she found independence, confidence, and an unexpected passion that's taken her far beyond home. Jessica is making history on the international tennis stage. At Gold River Sports Club in Sacramento, Gonzalez trained learning how to track the ball by sound and sharpen her skills through repetition and discipline, telling our team that 90% of her playing requires listening. In 2024, Gonzalez earned a wild card to compete in the International Blind Tennis Association World Championships in Italy, making her the first U.S. woman to do so.
So this year, I just came back from a tennis tour in Europe. I played in Italy first, and then I also played in France. I placed third in the women's category. I won the bronze cup, which is the bronze trophy that looks like a little cup. It's so cute. Gosh. The bronze cup in Italy, and I was on cloud 9.
Her success is powered by community from volunteers and her coach at the Gold River Sports Club and the International Blind Tennis Association. She says that every match is a reminder of how far she has come and how much further she still has to go. As always, thank you so much for watching and for always inviting us into your home. If you have a champion of hope that you think we should know about, please reach out to our team. You can email us at to-the-point-ott-kxtv.com. And if you do want to see more stories like this and catch up on anything you missed, you can always download our free ABC10 streaming app wherever you stream.